Hello. Welcome to Tarot After Dark. I'm your host, Lorraine, introvert at large. And Mojo is the resident introvert. You will hear him chirp every now and then. Hopefully not too much, though. Hopefully not. So, yeah, I just wanted to say, thank you for being here. If you're watching as the replay, again, thank you so much. That's just as valid. But if you do want to get a little card pull for you, perhaps maybe if there's time and enough people, then by all means try and get here live next time, just for fun. Okay. So tonight is kind of special because this is the first evening that Mercury has gone direct. It went direct yesterday. Yahoo! Yay! Everything can go back to normal, whatever normal might be. Good morning. Hello, Raf. Good to see you. Yeah, so I was contemplating that. I'm like, I feel a bit of a shift, almost like something is kind of loosened up a little bit and there's some movement. And then I was like, oh yeah, Mercury's gone direct again. So be forewarned though, that sometimes there's this little lag between Mercury retrograding and Mercury coming direct, that there's still a little lag in stuff like communication or mechanical. And, it happens regardless of Mercury retrograde. It gets blamed even if it's not. But yeah, I really feel that. Oh, I put the wrong link on there. Oops, that's okay. I just feel that if you're aware of looking beyond yourself when it comes to situations, circumstances, things you feel, that sometimes you're picking up on the energy around you, right? Chances are you're very empathic. And the more you develop that, the more discerning you are about energy. Now, I know this can come up in a negative way. It's like when you're super sensitive, like even just going shopping just freaks you out and you don't like it. You might think that, oh, why would I heighten that? I don't want to feel it more. But the thing is, if you understand what your perceived limitations are, it gives you the opportunity to then, learn some new skills to work your way around it, right? That's important. That's important. Don't squelch your sensitivity, because it's what's going to help you relate to the world around you, make good decisions, and understand how you walk through the world and how you relate with the world. So you don't want to squelch that. You want to definitely develop it. But with developing needs to come tools and techniques to be able to release the stuff you pick up on. I don't know if that's necessarily something that's covered when people do intuitive development and stuff like that, but it is something that in any of the stuff I've taught, it's big. It's a big thing, right? With my background as a Reiki master teacher, same thing. It's important for the person who's practicing whatever, readings, healings, creating things. You need to be able to release ground, center your energy, recharge, all of those great words. And when you don't, that's when you get into trouble. That's when you get sick or something happens, or, like here's one thing, like I know when I'm not really grounded, I'll be really klutzy. I'll stub my toe, I'll bang my elbow, I'll walk weird and be like, what the heck was that? I'll trip over my own feet, these kind of things. And to me, that's an awareness that, oh, okay, maybe I need to slow down, A, and ground myself, B. And usually it's because this is going too much and we're too up in our heads that our body and our feet can't really keep up with us. So something ends up happening. Hopefully it's something tiny that just kind of goes, whoa, gets your attention so that you can kind of come back to yourself. Now, if you hang around with the right people, and I'm so grateful that I do, that they'll often see it before I do. and they'll give me the heads up. And it's like, thank you. Like, you need to have people around you that you trust. Do you have people around you that you trust with your energy in that? And if not, find your peeps. It's important to have a community of people that you can rely on and talk to. You know you're in the right group. At least this is me thinking. I know I'm in the right group when someone speaks up and says, I know this is going to sound weird, but if a sentence starts like that, I know I'm in the right place. And I always like to make sure someone feels comfortable when they say that. It's like, there's no weirdness. We're all weird here. We're all weird in our own way. And I love it. And it's so important to find your people, find your tribe, be around people who uplift you and celebrate your uniqueness, right? Even when I taught Reiki, it wasn't just about the hand positions and the things that you do. It was about allowing them to do the session in their own way, allowing them to feel the energy in their own way. That's so important because you gain more confidence when you're doing things in a way that feels comfortable to you. Naturally, when you're doing something new, it feels uncomfortable and weird. But if you're struggling and you forget things and you're like, I don't know this material and I don't understand. Well, that's because you're learning it in a way that doesn't align with who you are. So you've got to find a way around that and make it your own. So let me segue with that into tarot. All right. Tarot isn't so much let me put it this way. If you want to learn intuitive tarot, which to me is the easiest way to learn, don't learn the meanings of the cards. Don't learn by reading a book or taking a course that's going to take you through all of these, strict ritualistic things, strict ways of doing things. When you learn intuitively, it's all about what you pick up on the card, right? Knocking on the deck. I'm going to pull a card for an example. And I like the Light Seer Tarot by Chris Ann. And she's Canadian. Yeah. Love it. So let's just pull a card for an example. All right. So here we go. So, okay. This is the Six of Swords. And in her deck, the suit of swords are ravens and crows. So, but when you see this, it's less about, what does the Six of Swords mean? Look at the picture. What do you pick up on? Right? Because here's the thing, the question that you're answering with the tarot isn't necessarily going to be what the book says it is. The answer isn't going to be what the book says it is. This is where using your intuition. You look at her. What I see her contemplating her future. And sorry, it's blurry. What you see, if you're the reader, might be something different. Go with that. As soon as we get out of our head thinking, oh, I don't know what that is. Oh, I forget what the meaning is. What's the general thing? As soon as we stop doing that, as soon as we stop letting ego run the show, either telling us, oh yeah, I got this, or telling us, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. Let that go. That's acts with the head. Come from your heart. Take a deep breath. And look at the card again. What was the question? Well, in this case, it was just an example. But if someone has a query or a question, what was it? Go from there. How can this bring an answer to whatever the question is? All right. So does somebody have a question? Let me put that out there right now. Does somebody have a question? And remember, we don't want to do yes and no questions. Binary, yes, no, this or that. When will something happen? It's better to have a question that's going to empower you to take action or not take action, depending on the message. It's more about how can I align with the energy so this comes to fruition or doesn't come to fruition if it's something that's a little bit negative. So let me know in the chat if you have a question. If not, I'll move on. Always time to take a water break. And it's important to stay hydrated. That's a great way to get out of your head and into your body. You do too much of that, you'll be visiting the bathroom a lot, but hey, your body catches up eventually. So another thing we do here on Tarot After Dark, and especially if we have enough people who are here, is we're not just strict on the tarot, although I do use it quite a bit, but we also use oracle cards because oracle is a good team player as well. Oracles can be uplifting and inspiring, and they're also great for clarifying what the message of the tarot that came up. So if anything, approach tarot more like oracle. Stop thinking that you have to know the meaning of the tarot cards. And I really, really believe that the more you just play, I didn't say the other P word, practice. The more you just play, the more comfortable you get, the more fun it is. And the thing is, you're not playing solitaire. It's more fun to play with people. Right? That's why I created the Tarot Cafe. Now, right now, we are a teeny tiny group. So if you are an introvert like I am, and you might be saying, Lorraine, you're not an introvert. Well, hey, we all manage our energy in different ways. If you would have seen me yesterday, total introvert. But if you are interested in joining the Tarot Cafe, this is the best time because there's only a few people in the membership. So when we meet every week, and do you have to come to every week? No, you have 4 chances a month to come, and it's only $7 a month. All right. So to me, it's a no-brainer. I'm paying it because I'm in it. But that's the place you want to play. Playing with people who are in the game with you and are wanting to get some practice in. But more times than not, we give each other inspiration. We give each other messages. We get some clarity. We get free readings. Okay, well, for $7, you get readings and you give readings if you want. You don't have to, but it is a way to really hone your skills, right? And Raf's in it as well, and she says it's fun, yeah. And if you don't know me, learn this right now. It's if it's not fun, it's just not worth doing because fun brings inspiration. Fun shifts the energy. And if you look at any of the sites that sell cards, it often says on it, game. It's a game. Tarot is a game. It's nothing to be afraid of. So there you go. So no one has questions. All right. I will pull cards. Maybe someone. And here's the thing. Hey, Renee, nice to see you. When I say have a question, it's also a query. Like, can I get a general reading? Can you pull a general card for me? I feel like I'm on stage. I'm sweating here. Woo. Lights on. It's supposed to be Tarot After Dark. It's supposed to be cool and darkness. But then you wouldn't be able to see me very well or the cards. So, yeah. There we go. We have our first victim. Volunteer. They both start with V. I was close. So let's see. Now, anyone else who's here who has tarot cards handy or oracle cards handy, I would love for you to participate and pull a clarifier for Renee as well. Okay, I have you, Raf, as well. I'll star your name. If you have cards handy, I'd love if you could pull a clarifier for Renee. So let's pull a card for Renee. What does Renee most need to hear? And this card spit itself out of the deck. Whew. So you need to hear this message. You get the 10 of Pentacles. So what I'm picking up with this is that focus on the fun. This is a time, obviously this time of year is about connecting with other people, with family and friends, right? Celebrating all of the things that have come to pass this year. And give yourself that opportunity to just relax. You've worked hard. You deserve to have some fun and start this next phase in the energy of celebration. Pentacles is all about earth energy. It's not just about money and wealth, but hey, that helps us to have a better earthly energy. But it's definitely saying, when you are around people you enjoy hanging around with and their celebration, that is so centering and grounding. And then you go home and you have a good sleep. Or you're like me, you stay awake and you play it over in your head, but that's okay because you get to experience it twice. Does that happen to anybody else? Is that an introvert thing? I don't know. So there you go, Renee. So we have a clarifier, Raphael, with believe loving universal energy, has the Queen of Wands for Renee. So what message do you get with that, Raph? Maybe you're not able to type a lot of stuff. I don't know. So as a clarifier, and again, it's Wands energy is fire energy. It's the energy of action. So to me, it's like when you are focused on fun and celebration and being around people who bring that energy out in you, it doesn't mean drama and stuff, being with people you don't want to be with. This is talking about being around people you do want to be with. Then that Queen of Wands energy, it's going to bring inspiration to you, I feel. It's going to bring that opportunity for you to use your gifts and skills in a fun way. And if that was the Queen of Wands from the Lightseer Tarot, I love that card because she's sitting in a circle with candles all around her and she's holding a wand, but she also has in her hand a little fire lit up and she's delighted at what she can create. So I love that message for you, Renee. Thanks for the clarifier, Raphael. And now over to you. And if anyone else would like a card reading, pop in the chat if you'd like a card pull. So we got Raphael would like a general reading. So let's pull. Oh, I'm going to pop that one back in because we do like to do that. Oh, let's do this here. Let's clarify. As I was shuffling, I picked up that there is something lost, but energetically lift yourself up with the energy around you. Okay. There's something lost, but energy. Okay, so it's re-energizing so you can not have that loss so prominent, maybe. I don't know. It's Raph's message, not mine. I'm not gonna read into it. All right, back to you, girl. Where are you? Here we go. So a general for Raphael. What's the message, please? Oh. 2 cards. You have the Queen of Cups and the 5 of Cups. So to me, it feels, and the Queen of Cups came first. So this is definitely being in flow with your intuition and trusting the energy around you. However, I'm also picking up and how I'm seeing her now, and I just want to kind of unpack it a bit because usually this is just like she's in her flow. This is like I take this as being Scorpio energy. I see her as beaming energy out most of the time, but here I'm actually seeing her holding energy at bay a little bit because I think you're in a really good spot right now with things that you're doing. And some things might be trying to come in that are going to kind of drain your energy a little bit. But if you can hold that space, create that bubble of energy around you, cone of silence comes to mind. You ever watch Get Smart? This is going to help you make this not as prominent. So that's what I pick up for you. And please, people, pull a clarifier if you feel guided to pull one for Raphael. I'll take another slurp of water. But yeah, it's important to trust the messages that are coming. And like I said, if I were to just read what the book says, this isn't going to give me a personalized message. Right now, I have to say it took me a heck of a long time to do this, to trust what I'm doing. It didn't come for years and years because I was so busy practicing. I literally put Post-it notes with little keywords on the tarot cards. And an old deck I had, so much so that it was kind of sticky from where the sticky note was. So And it took me a long time and to realize that I'm just not doing it this way. I'm not learning it this way. So it was important for me to stop doing that. And I stopped doing tarot for quite a while, and I picked up Oracle instead. And with Oracle, it came so much easier because I didn't have in my head, oh, this suit means this, and this major arcana means that, and oh, the court cards, and what does the queen mean? I didn't have to do that. I just pull an oracle card based on what the energy of the deck was, depending on who the creator and the person who created the deck. And it was so much easier to do that. And I got to the point where that was really good, and I was giving good inspirational messages to people that really resonated. And that's important too, is to get that feedback, to get the validation that the message that you're picking up, you, the person with the card, that it's coming through to the other person in a way that they're like, oh yeah, that makes sense to me. So when I really felt comfortable and confident doing that, I thought, you know what? I want to go back to tarot again. And this deck, the Light Seer Tarot, actually, it was the Angel Tarot at Radley Valentine. That was the first deck I had because it had little words below it that could actually explain what the card meant. But then when I picked up this deck, this is when I really tuned into the messages that came. And as you can see, just in the imagery, it's a lot different than the traditional tarot deck is. And with that said, I actually like working with the regular tarot deck now too. At first I'm like, oh, I don't like the images, they're weird. But now you've got to learn. You've got to go, look, this isn't working for me, but don't dismiss it forever. Is, I guess, the message that I'm trying to get across. Put it aside. Do something else that seems to work a bit until you feel more comfortable. And then go back, because you'd be surprised. Same with a deck, that you might have tons of decks and you're like, I don't resonate with this deck. Maybe not right now. Maybe that deck isn't meant to be used in the way you want to do a full Celtic Cross reading, but maybe it's good to pull one as a clarifier and that sort of thing. Oh, we've got some, let's see. That's a clarifier for Raphael. Renee says, messages will be heaven sent. I love that. Yeah, that sounds really good. That feels good with this. Let me pull it back so you can see the images. And there's a water droplet, but it's in the shape of a crown because this is Queen of Cups energy. So that's beautiful. Thank you, Renee. Hello, Terry. How are you? Would you like a card pull? We are doing just basic. Yeah, let me know. And then that's probably going to be it. I like keeping it short and sweet. I will say that I'll be here with Raphael from Believe, Loving Universal Energy. And on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, that's when Raph and I we get on here and we just do our thing. It's kind of fun doing it with someone else. It's good energy. It's seeing things from a different perspective. And I really love playing with Raph because we play well together. We play well together. I like saying play better than work, but hey, work is play. I do like it that way. Yeah. All right. Well, I don't see any more messages, so I'm going to sign off for now. And anyone who's watching this as a replay, before I sign off, I'm going to pull a general card for everyone here, people who have had a card already and people who are watching the replay. So let me know what you think. My least favorite card. Well, it's not my least favorite card in the deck. This is for you. 3 of Swords. Now take a look at this card. Yes, it looks a little disturbing at first. But trust that with every heartache and heartbreak, there is learning. Now remember, 3 of Swords isn't about emotions. Swords energy is about intellect. And if you'll notice, Way in the distance are the three crows. As I said before, in this deck, crows represent the sword suit. So it's showing that all of those tough thoughts that have been causing the heartache are flying away. They're getting further away. So the healing can begin. Okay, you can see there's stitching here. The healing can begin. Yes, sometimes the wound opens up a little bit, but trust that there is healing that is going to happen. It just takes time. And it takes changing your thoughts around whatever it is that seems to be bringing that heartache to you. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, ladies, for pulling the clarifier cards. And we'll see you next Tarot After Dark. Mojo says goodbye. Peace out.